But no matter what religion you come from, they want you to stay. Because if you don't stay, then you're not fulfilling the importance of you being here. And you can only see that if you're connected with your heart and how you could fulfill that in a way that you want to live a life. Hi, I'm Shaima and I'm a transformational coach. And I want to talk to you about addiction and a different perspective to what addiction and a very conscious perspective on addiction from the clients that I get and the queries that I have, and give you my perspective of healing, where conventional therapy and medicine doesn't always seem to find the remedy. So addiction is really a way of numbing that you do not want to feel something that feels so awful, and it's a place of hurt, somebody feeling very inadequate, not enough, not worthy, a lot of self-doubt. It starts off with anxiety and depression, and it can be a lot worse, and it seems to be a way of an individual trying to really stop feeling the way they feel. So what it is, it's a disconnection from who you are, a disconnection from your heart, a disconnection from your soul. Something that's happening doesn't feel right. It could be that you're doing something or you're around people and it's your soul saying something needs to shift, something needs to be different. And then we don't know what it is. So the quick fixes happen of actually taking something to numb that pain. Now, addiction can come, it's a huge spectrum. It can be from hard substances to smoking, to drinking, to overeating, using food as an emotional attachment, to something like retail therapy. But what I really want to talk about is the hard stuff, the trauma stuff, the wounded stuff, where parents feel so helpless and individuals, adults who've been coming in and out of rehabs can't seem to see something. And taking something seems to be a way of suppressing something that you don't want to feel so deeply, because it's so heartbreaking and it's so painful. And it sort of suppresses how you feel. So you can get out of bed in the morning and you can carry on doing things that you need to do, but it comes at a cost of taking something outside, inwards. And a lot of depression and anxiety, when it starts off, it is something outside of yourself that is making you feel something inside, which means you're giving your power away to external sources and making it mean something about you. So my work really is seeing something that you're not seeing about yourself. We're all here for a very distinct purpose, so we are very unique to what we bring to this planet. And our families are really containers and spaces to hold each other with love, compassion, no judgment and blame. But unfortunately, we're not all brought up to see it that way. And it takes work and inner work, depending on the families you come from, the culture you come from, the religious beliefs you have. But no matter what religion you come from, they want you to stay. Because if you don't stay, then you're not fulfilling what the planet needs. And the importance of you being here is what you need to see. And you can only see that if you're connected with your heart, with your soul, to see the purpose, your significance, and how you could fulfill that with really in a way that you want to live a life that at the moment you seem to be struggling with because you just can't see it. For parents, I would advise you to do your inner work so you can come into the space without blame and judgment. And the teenage years are the years when their soul is trying to really see what is saying to them. And it can clash with the world you have planned for them, the safety that you feel they need, could be conflicting what they want and they can't express it. And children sometimes find it very hard to express to parents when they already know what they're going to say, right? So you, to them, appear energetically of who you're being even before they've had a conversation, because they're like, oh, we know what mum and dad are going to say, so I'd rather just not say it here under the lecture. Or maybe there is something that they need to share that is so painful for them that they feel that they will upset you. So they go inwards. They shut down. They stay in their rooms. They use something to escape how they feel. So parents need to come into a space with deep listening and no judgment and blame. And when I say that in workshops, I have parents who've got teenagers, rolling up, that's not going to happen, that's not going to happen. So my inquiry really is for parents to really look at if they ever have conversations with their spouses, with their family members, with their siblings, with their loved ones, with their friends, without judgment and blaming coming into the space. Because if you can't, then you won't be able to do it with your child. And they say the children are our biggest teachers. This is why. Because you might not feel the need to do any inner work and you're prodding along with life thinking this is okay. But when it comes to your child and you're not getting through, and I have parents who get very triggered when a child says, right, I'm going to leave at the age of 16 because I can't talk to you. They feel, oh my God. And especially with certain cultural backgrounds, they would not look at spending money or doing the work, any inner work, because they feel things are fine. They're controlling whatever situation there is and fixing, and they don't feel the need to do so. And they come into the space because something their child has said that they made it mean something is not right. If you cannot have a conversation with your child without judgments and blame coming into the space, without you already telling them this is what needs to be done, before really listening, where you are anchored and you're grounded and connected to your own heart, so you can be curious to what is it that they really need that is not being heard. Maybe at school, maybe they're struggling with a broken relationship, whatever capacity or form it comes in. But our job as parents is really to see what their soul is trying to communicate to them, because they have chosen us as parents. So our responsibility really, first and foremost, is what is it that the soul needs and how I can help so they feel safe and trust in what their journey is. Healing is not linear. And what I mean by that is everybody therapist that comes into your space will give you that some evolution, a lift, something that you haven't seen before. Healing can be very incremental. There is not one remedy to fix everybody who's struggling with addiction. It can come in many formats, and you have to trust the process that people will come into your space to move you forward. And I would invite parents to really be involved in a way that if you have professionals, practitioners helping your adult child, is to have updates with them where you've given them a time for certain sessions to happen and see where the child is. Ultimately, the shift is going to happen when your child feels safe with a practitioner, because they will get them to the darkest shadow work and make them see that they can't see. And for the soul to really open up and the heart to really open up and dissolve, it needs to be a place where they feel absolutely safe. And the practitioner is a vibration of non-judgment and non-blame. If you have a loved one who is struggling, you could be a distant cousin. I've had family members who've passed my number on because they're extremely worried because they met their cousin in a family function and seems to be so distressed and they feel so helpless. Pass the video, share the video to the people that something might resonate with them. Something like a seed is planted for something to really grow and move their center of gravity to a place where it will move them forward to find their own healing, their own resolution and remedy. Because ultimately, as a community, we want people to stay and be in their light and be connected to their heart so they can live a life that they need, they want, and lead their purpose. And that's all we want. We want them to stay.